Excuse me, guys. When did you dunk the basketball? Then he asked Matt Barnes, when did you dunk the basketball? At 12. Hey, Malika, we all dunk the basketball. We kind of know when we're getting our heads taken off, and you could see Miss Thing. Oh, Miss Thing was not happy. There used to be a time when ESPN was a simpler place in terms of let's just show games and cover the actual personalities and the sports. But when now they are breaking into NCAA coverage of the women's tournament to talk about the abortion ban and then taking a 1 minute of silence for an event that nobody watches, I'm just thinking to myself, this is ridiculous. Then you have other anchors telling you about, oh, you girl dads, you've got to not keep your daughters off the pole, but make sure they can get an abortion. I'm thinking, this is bizarro world. At the end of the day, somewhere along the way, they went from sports coverage to social and political activism.
So let's zero in on Malika Andrews. I was pretty hard on her. I think that part of the backlash or blacklash, as I'm calling it, is because no one respects or no one believes she actually earned the job she has.
When I look back, as I'm preparing for my segment here, I thought of the names that I grew up watching on ESPN, and specifically the females, because everyone talks about the Chris Bermans and the Tom Meads and the Dan Patricks, but these names came immediately to mind on the female side of things. Robin Roberts, Andrea Kramer, and Susie Colbert. And they were highly respected, and they had lives well outside of ESPN and maybe even sports and beyond. There's a reason why. They were mature. They took the hard-earned way there. And they have a word that is very, very rare nowadays, Jason. It's called gravitas. And they didn't speak down to you. They were very professional. And you kind of got the sense like these are accomplished women who actually put a lot of time on the graveyard shift, had the muck and they had the grind. They fought their way there. But that was an earned position. And with that, they understood with great power and a big platform comes great responsibility. And out of all of these three, especially during their time at ESPN, I could never, ever come up with a time where I thought, or an instance, where they were disrespectful or dismissive of their colleagues or their guests. I happened to see something with Malika Andrews, and I think I sent you the clip. She's on with a couple of NBA players in Woj, and she's actually trying to lecture them about this hard foul, and I think I saw the play. Gary Payton goes in for a tomahawk dunk. This guy does like a Kevin McHale clothesline, breaks his wrist, and Kendrick Perkins actually says, well, I think there was intent. And she actually has the nerve to be snarky and say, well, you can't read minds. And she's actually trying to downplay the opinions of guys who, guess what, played the game. And I'm so glad Richard Jefferson did this. He did it with style, class, Elon, and flair. He says, excuse me, guys, when did you dunk the basketball? Then he asked Matt Barnes, when did you dunk the basketball? At 12. Hey, Malika, we all dunk the basketball. We kind of know when we're getting our heads taken off, and you could see Miss Thing. Oh, Miss Thing was not happy because she got dunked on like Daryl Dawkins' chocolate thunder. I mean, Richard Jefferson broke the damn backboard with this, and Miss Thing knew at that point, I better back down.
There's no question that these NBA players are bothered by Malika Andrews. And I got into a little bit of that with Delano earlier, and because I don't think these NBA players are her cup of tea based off of her, dating choice, Dave McKinnon, who I got no problem with Dave McKinnon. I'm not taking pot shots at it. I'm sure he despises me now because I've been critical of Malika Andrews, but I actually think Dave's a solid professional, great guy. But I just got to be factually honest here. I think some of the animus towards Malika is personal because and I'm not dragging all these guys into it, but some of it, these guys are driven by their smaller heads and who's attracted to their smaller heads a lot of times. And so, but again, this is when you put a child in that job, this is what's going to happen. The natural respect is not going to be there because she just hasn't earned it.